Hello, my name is Lucrezia Lodato and I'm a freelance translator. Today I'm going to Taormina, in Sicily. Watch this video to virtually come with me. I'm visiting the hilltop part of Taormina, but there's also a lower one with the beach. I've just arrived and left my car in the covered multi-story car park. There are 7 floors, and I've parked my car on the ground floor, but I don't like taking lifts, so I go up the stairs. And when I reach the top, there's a huge square from where I can enjoy the seascape and the landscape and take a selfie with it. Driving from Catania, where I currently live, you arrive at this side of Taormina. To enter the center, there's this ancient gate called Porta Catania, which means Catania Gate. It accesses Corso Umberto, the main street of the city, a pedestrian street. It joins Porta Catania to Porta Messina, the other ancient gate. As I walk along Corso Umberto, I reach a small square with the Duomo, which is the cathedral. There's also a Baroque-style fountain in Taormina marble with 3 concentric steps at its base and some mythological characters. I continue walking along Corso Umberto and arrive at a huge square with many picturesque buildings. There are lots of tourists. On the left, there's a clock tower and a church, while on the right-hand side, there's a balustrade from where you can enjoy the breathtaking seascape. On my way to Porta Messina, there are lots of shops of all kinds, but my favorite one is the candy shop. I can't resist temptation and buy some candies. And then I get to Porta Messina, which is the other end of Corso Umberto. Now it's time to go a little back and leave Corso Umberto and go towards the public gardens. Before entering the public gardens gate, I reach my favorite spot. This is my favorite spot, but I cannot stay here too much time today because it's too hot and sunny, but look at the beautiful sea. And these are the public gardens with so many olive trees, typical of Mediterranean regions. And let's find a place where to sit down, rest, and soak up the atmosphere. So I've already eaten some candies because I'm fond of candies, and now I've also bought some typical products which contain pistachio from Bronte. For example, this one, that is the so-called croccante, which contains almonds and pistachio from Bronte, together with sugar and honey. And also the so-called pesto di pesto of pistachio. This is made to make pasta. Well, I'll cook so many pasta dishes with pistachio pesto these days. Well, it is too hot today to stay here too much time, but now I'm going to have lunch. But before going to the restaurant, I just want to explore the gardens a little farther. I've just arrived at the restaurant, and from a table I can enjoy this beautiful painting on the wall. It shows the same seascape and landscape that you can see from Upper Taormina with Etna. And I'm not alone at the table, as there are these nice ladybirds in the typical fine art ceramic of Caltagirone in Sicily. There are plenty of typical dishes in the menu, and I have a sort of discount, so I want to take more than one. And now they're served. Let's start from the simplest dish. Sautéed chard with tomatoes, as it's typical to cook them in Sicily. And this is one of my favorite dishes, which was first created in Catania. It's called pasta alla norma, in honor of the homonym lyrical opera by Vincenzo Bellini, a composer from Catania. It consists of fresh pasta, fried aubergines, and a special type of ricotta cheese that is called ricotta salata, which contains more salt and is typically grated on top of pasta. And in this restaurant, it's even more special than the one used in the original recipe, as this is baked. And this is the so-called parmigiana di melanzane, a delicious and tasty multi-layered Sicilian dish. There are many layers of fried aubergines, cheese, and tomato sauce. There are plenty of variants, and each cook has his own recipe. Accordingly, it may contain basil, eggs, or ham. I must admit that the origin of Parmigiana are controversial, as not only Sicilian people, but also people from Naples say this dish has been created there. After lunch, I go back to the gardens so as to relax. I'm so full. And then I walk back to the car park, have a last look at the seascape, and drive back home. This is all from me for today. I hope you liked the video. Subscribe to the channel, stay tuned, and see you next week.